host, Damian Banks. Again, guys, girls, women, men, thank you so much for supporting the All Things Sport podcast. Thank you so much for taking the time out of the day to just actually listen to me, to go to our website, which is banksboy.com. You can download the podcast. You can read our blogs. You can listen to our YouTube channel and watch our YouTube channel. I just want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. This is a passion of mine that I've turned into my work. And, I got kids out here in these streets now, man. I got kids to feed. I'm not trying to beg, man, but please, man, y'all, please, whatever you do, please, man, go to my website, banksboy.com. You can download the podcast. You can read the blogs. You can look at the YouTube channel. Myself, my brother Pierre Banks, our partner Rudy Mondragon. We got football, basketball, baseball, boxing, hockey, man. We do it all on banksboy.com. So before we went to the break, okay, that was begging. I'm sorry. But I don't care, man. Go to banksboy.com. But I digress. All right. Before we went to the break, I was talking to you about the NFL season and how I thought the last part of the season was going to play out. Now, you don't have to believe me, but I'm right. So, you should believe me. But I digress. My digression is always at an all-time high. So, we talked about the NFL season. We talked about the NBA season because right now the sporting world is intertwined, man. Now, college basketball is about to kick off. College football, they've come out with the rankings right now for the Final Four. I'm not even speaking on that on this week's edition of the All Things Sport podcast. I'm going to wait until it gets a little bit more juicy. I'm just going to let you know that the top 4 teams in the country right now is the Alabama Crimson Tide, it's the Michigan Wolverines, it's the Clemson Tigers, and it's the Washington Huskies. Yeah, I said it, the Washington Huskies. And I remember when the Washington Huskies were good. It's when I was a kid, but I hadn't been a kid in a long time. So this is very surprising. But I'm not going to get into the top 4 of the college football rankings. But what I will give you is the All Things Sport top 5. Now, the top 5 for this All Things Sport episode is the top 5 reasons why I think sports bring people together. And I chose to do a top 5 for this episode. And I actually chose this topic, man, because right now in America is divided, man. We all know by now that we have a new president. President Barack Obama, he's on his way out, only has a few months left in office. He and his beautiful family, man, First Lady Michelle, Sasha, Malia, his 2 kids, Sasha, Malia, Sasha. I think that's how Barack calls them when he's at the White House. But yeah, let's move on. They're leaving the White House. We have a new president-elect. And yeah, I started laughing because before I say his name, I think it's funny. I think it's a joke. The leader of the free world, the president of its country is Donald Trump. Good luck, man. Hey, smoke him if you got him. If you believe in the good Lord, pray. Do what you got to do, man, to reconcile that Donald Trump is the president of the United States, the president-elect. So the country is divided right now, man. So what I wanted to do is try to do a top 5 to try to bring people together, man. And sports brings people together like nothing else, man. So my top 5 for this week's episode is the top 5 reasons why I think sports bring people together. So number 5, the number 5 reason why I think why sports bring people together is because that people, it doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter where you're from. Different walks of life, man. Sports can bring you together because you root for the same team. You could be black, you could be white, you could be Hispanic, and you could be separated by culture. You could be separated by skin color, whatever. But if you like the Chicago Bulls, then you like the Chicago Bulls. Doesn't matter what color you are. If you're a fan of the Golden State Warriors, then you're a fan of the Golden State Warriors, no matter what color you are. If you're a fan of the Carolina Panthers, the New England Patriots, the Denver Broncos, whatever team you're a fan of, doesn't matter what color you are, you're a fan of that team. So that's a reason. That's the number 5 reason why I think that sports bring people together. Just rooting for the same team. The number 4 reason why I think that sports bring people together is that the actual players on those teams are different. You got black players, you got white players, Hispanic players, Asian players, players from all walks of life on one team. You have to come together as a team, regardless of your differences, to achieve a common goal of winning. So you could be from a farm in Illinois. You could be from a farm in Johnston County, North Carolina. You could be from a farm in Greenville, North Carolina. You could be from New York City. You could be from Durham, North Carolina. You could be from Raleigh. You could be from Charlotte. But if you're on that same team together, you have to come together for that common goal of trying to win. So sports brings players together from all walks of life, just like it brings fans together from all walks of life. Those players have to come together for the common goal of winning, so the fans can in turn cheer for that team. You see how it's all connected, man? It's crazy. Sports it brings people together like nothing else brings people together, man. Now, another reason why I think sports brings people together is because of the camaraderie of fans, man. Barbecues, food, drink, fun, fellowship, parties. People have Super Bowl parties. People have, parties for, the NBA Finals. They have World Series parties. The World Series just ended. The Chicago Cubs won a World Series for the first time since, 1908. That's 108 years if you can't do the math. Sports brings people together, man. Whatever differences you may have, whatever your background, whatever your skin color, man, sports brings people together. And that's what we need right, man. We need that right now. We need that togetherness because the country is so divided, man. People are they're stuck in their frame of mind, can't see the other side's frame of mind, whether it's right or wrong. You learn from people when you listen. So sports, allows us to listen and watch someone who is different than us. And we can always learn from our differences. So that's the number 3 reason why I think sports bring people together. The party, man, the food, the drinks, the fun, the fellowship. Have a barbecue. Put some steaks on the grill. Put some shrimps on the barbie. Me, personally, I like the grilled cabbage. Have you ever had grilled cabbage? I'm not even going to give you the recipe. I might give you the recipe. Go to banksboy.com and the recipe for grilled cabbage may be on the website. But barbecues, parties, man, sports brings people together. And we need to be together right now, man. We're too divided, man. And it's divide and conquer, man. And we can't be divided. We have to come together. So sports can do that. So that is a major reason why I think sports brings people together. Partying. That's the number 3 reason. Number 2, pro sports in particular, man, athletes have a voice in pro sports. And I think 2 and 1 are actually kind of like intertwined. Pro athletes have a voice. Kids pay attention. When you shape and mold the minds of kids, those kids will eventually become adults. And we can shape and change the world, man. We've changed the world through social issues, through sports. Sports has always been ahead of the curve when it comes to social issues. When you look at Major League Baseball, you had Larry Doby breaking the color barrier for the Cleveland Indians. Jackie Robinson breaking the color barrier for the Brooklyn Dodgers, man. You had Chuck Cooper, Earl Lloyd in the NBA breaking the color barrier. Kenny Washington, Bill Willis, Marion Motley. A host of other people, man, breaking the color barrier, man. Do some research, people. Those names that I just rattled off, Google, man. That's what they made the internet for. Google those names, learn about those players, learn how sports was able to be ahead of the curve on social issues. Women's sports, ahead of the curve, man. Women have progressed so far in the world, man. They have the right to vote, women's rights, women's liberation, but women are still, in my humble opinion, being a father of a daughter, women still lag behind in pay. They lag behind in just all around respect, man. And it's sickening. It saddens me when I think about that, man, when I think about my little girl growing up in this world where she's not looked on with the same amount of respect as a man is, I'm not going to preach to you guys, man. I'm here to talk about sports, but I think that sports can bring people together when they bring social issues to the forefront. So those are my top 5 reasons why I think sports bring people together. So do some research, look up those names that I just rattled off, and try to learn something from the All Things Sport podcast. I'm here for you, man. I'm here to try to make the world a better place just by talking. We can all learn from each other if we talk, if we have a dialogue, and if we listen. Again, I'm not going to preach. I'm here to do sports, but it's my time. The show has gone along swimmingly. Yeah, I said it, swimmingly. I think this is a pretty damn good show. And if you don't think it's a pretty damn good show, then tough cookies. Because you listened to it, you got this far, you might as well go to Twitter, go to Instagram, comment on the All Things Sport podcast. Go to my website, go to Pierre's website, which is our website, banksboy.com. Download this podcast, download all the other old podcasts, look at the YouTube channel, read our blog. My blog is sportsbydamian.blogspot.com. Pierre's is n_my_humble. Man, thank you guys. Thank you gals for listening to the All Things Sport podcast. This has been another tremendous episode. I gotta pat myself on the back, man. I'm rolling solo these days. I'm riding solo. I'm doing it by myself. I'm getting better and better with each episode. I hope you guys are enjoying it just as much as I am enjoying it. And, we'll be back next week for another episode of the All Things Sport podcast. For myself, for the world, ladies and gentlemen, we gone!